If you are expecting a new baby, this video is for you. Today we are reviewing the top infant car seats of 2024. So your infant car seat is one of the, most important, biggest purchases in that new parenthood journey. And we realize that there are a lot of infant car seats on the market, and that decision can be super overwhelming. So our goal today is to really break down the best of the best infant car seats here at Bugz to help you understand what's the difference, what seat might be right for your family. So I'm Melissa of the Bugz team. I am a mom of two and really baby gear obsessed. I have done hundreds and hundreds of demos on strollers and car seats. I've gone through a bunch of my own. Everyone knows my garage is stuffed to the gills with all things baby gear. So let's dive into infant car seats. So one of the questions that I want to hit on off the hop is that, who should buy an infant car seat? Because there are also great convertible car seats and all-in-one car seats on the market that can accommodate a child from birth. So your infant car seat is really for families that are in and out of the car often, who want to use their infant car seat as a travel system on their stroller. Your infant car seat is always going to come with the seat bucket as well as the base, unless you buy a car seat that is baseless, which is a whole side convo. But that's kind of the main gist of your infant car seat. I would say I'm making up this stat, but 99% of families are going home with an infant car seat, especially, you need it to go home from the hospital. So that being said, let me also flag to you that if you are looking to see these car seats that we are talking about today as a travel system, be sure to check out our other roundup videos. We've got top strollers, top single to double strollers, where we showcase all of our infant car seats actually on the stroller as a travel system. So it's a really great way to see the versatility of your infant car seat and get to see it in kind of a different environment. So without further ado, let's dive right in to top infant car seats of 2024. Today, we are going to be covering the Uppa Baby Mesa V2, the Nuna Pipa, the Cleck Ling, the Uppa Baby Mesa Max, the Perego Primo Viaggio NIDO seat, the MaxiCozy Miko Luxe, brand new seat on the market, the Cybex Aton G swivel, and the Perego lounge seat. Wow, that was a mouthful, but we have so many amazing seats that we're gonna dive into. We're gonna go through the top specs and what differentiates these seats from each other. And we're also going to show you a couple methods of install just so that you can really see if this seat is the right one for you. Let's get right into it. This is the Cleck Ling. Now, for those of you who have been watching me on our social channels and YouTube over the years, you know that I am a lover of the Cleck Ling. I used this with both of my boys, and when I was first pregnant 4 years ago, the Cleck Ling was one of the only infant car seats on the market that had a load leg in the base, so that was a huge safety selling feature for me. That being said, in the last 4 years, there have been so many more car seats brought to the market that have load legs, anti-rebound panels, and advanced safety features. So I'm excited to dive into all of those seats with you today. That being said, always and forever a Cleck Ling lover. It is a Canadian company after all. So I'm going to first take the seat off the base right here and bring it down to talk about all of the safety features built within the seat. So first off, we have a really great canopy on the Ling. It is UPF 100, and it's got a really nice zip out extension here so that you get great coverage for baby. You're also getting a really nice peekaboo window at the back here, which is good for keeping an eye out or for ventilation on those warmer days. In the seat itself, so this seat can accommodate a child from 4 to 35 pounds or up to 32 inches tall. You have a really nice 2-stage newborn insert here that you are going to remove as your child gets older. You also have a rethread harness on the Ling. A lot of car seats offer a no rethread harness, which does come with some easy usability, but I really did not find the rethread harness to be overly troublesome at all. You've got a great carry handle, and you've got a nice 2 layers of side impact protection built right into the seat bucket. Now let's hop over and focus on the base of this seat. So as I mentioned, the base has a load leg built in, and that helps to reduce crash forces by up to 40% in the event of a collision. So this load leg is a fabulous safety feature. It has 13 positions to adjust to the ideal height of your car. Ultimately, you're just looking for that button at the bottom to turn green. Now, moving further into the base of this seat, you have 7 recline positions to really maximize the optimal angle of your seat on your vehicle. And this is an important feature that you really do need to ensure your seat is always at the proper angle for your baby's safety. I love that on the Liing base, you've got this level indicator here that also helps you know where the adjustment should be based on your child's weight. So this is a really helpful feature, and the recline adjustment is super easy. Now the Cleck Ling can be installed 3 different ways. You can use it if you are baseless. You can use the European belt path. That is pretty uncommon, but if you're in a bind or if you're in a taxi and you don't have the base on, that means you just install the seat with no base with the seatbelt around it. If you want to see that install, you can actually check out our full demo on the Cleck Ling. We will link it. Now, the other install options are with the base of the seat. So you've got your rigid latch install as well as a belt path install. I'm actually going to show you the rigid latch install right now. So we've got our base and we are ready to install. So first I'm going to pop out my load leg on the bottom of the base here. Then I am going to pop out these rigid latches. So the difference between a rigid latch and a soft latch is that rigid is hard and soft latch is usually on kind of like a seatbelt material. So we'll see that in some other seats. You've got rigid latches on both sides that are going to pop into these UAS latches at the back of your seat. Pop 1, pop 2, you will get little green indicators when you are popped in successfully. And then I'm going to go to the front of my seat, and you can see how much space there is here between the base and the back of the seat. So I'm just going to pull on these adjustments and ratchet my seat in. Make sure I get that final position. Then I will adjust my load leg and make sure that that green indicator is there at the bottom. Now I put my Liing on top and we are ready to rock. So this is the Cleck Ling. This here is the Parago Primo Viaggio 435 NIDO infant car seat. This car seat can accommodate a child from 4 to 35 pounds up to 32 inches tall. You'll get to see that that is a very common weight and height requirement across all of the infant car seats that we are reviewing today. The nice thing about this seat is that it only weighs 9.9 pounds with the bucket. So that is a nice and lightweight seat. My absolute favorite things about this seat though are the safety features that are built in. So as you can see right here, we've got a nice anti-rebound panel built into the base as well as a load leg. So that is awesome. We love to see that. I'm now going to take the seat off the base and walk you through some of the great features that the seat has to offer. So lightweight. So the canopy on this seat is great. It's a really nice and lightweight material, and it's got that nice zip out extension, which you can see here. You're getting excellent coverage. As you can see on the canopy as well as around the edging of the seat, you're getting really nice leather and stitching details that Parago is known for. Their finishes and accents are just chef's kiss. And within the base of the seat, so this seat has a great 2-stage infant insert system, which really helps to give your child that optimal fit at different stages of their development, and you can remove those inserts as your child grows. Another thing that I love about the inside of this seat, so quick hack for you, whenever you are putting your child in and out of the seat, across all infant seats, you can actually fully recline your bar, and it helps to kind of stabilize the seat so that it's not rocking as you're putting your kid in. Now, back to what I was saying about one of my favorite features about this peg seat is it's got these nice harness retainer slots. So when you are putting your child in and out of the seat, oftentimes the harness can get in the way and your buckles get trapped underneath your baby, and then you're kind of like squeezing underneath them. If you've been there, you know exactly what I'm talking about, but I love that the peg seats actually have these little pockets where you can put your belt, and that just helps to keep them out of the way. This seat actually has 6 different height adjustments, and it's a no rethread harness. So one of the things that I love about that is take a look at how easy it is to adjust this. From the back of the seat, you're just gonna open up this panel, and here is where your height adjustment is. You're gonna just pull this up or down based on the height, and that will adjust both your harness and the shoulder strap, or both the headrest position as well as the shoulder strap position of your seat, which is excellent. Now let's install this base. So first we're going to pull out our load leg. Not that I've ever forgotten to pull out the load leg in a demonstration before. So we'll have the load leg nice and secure here. Then we're gonna flip the seat around and we'll open up this back panel where we've got our soft latches. So as you can see, the soft latches are just in here. You're gonna take them out, kind of release like a seat belt, and then we will put our base on the seat. Now to install the rigid latches, you're just gonna clip them into the UAS latches at the back of your seat. And then you're going to open up this panel because you really want to get a nice tight fit. So you're going to kind of push on the base of the seat to make sure it's nice and tight with the back. You're also going to use this opportunity to get that proper level indication so that your bubble is in the right position for your seat. Then once you feel that you are nice and tight and ready to go, then you are going to, I'm going to tighten up even further. You really need to fiddle around here to make sure that the seat belt is tight across, or to make sure that the installation belt is tight across. Then you're gonna close this window, and then we'll hop over to the load leg. We'll pull it down to get the proper position on the floor. And our base is installed, ready to go, and we are at the proper height. Then you are good to put your infant car seat on top. Now, one of the interesting things with the Peg Parago infant car seat is that when you are driving with this seat in your vehicle with a child in, you're actually going to put the carry handle in this reversed position. So this is how you would be driving in your vehicle with your child in their infant car seat, and you are good to go. This is the Peg Parago Viaggio 435 Lounge Infant Car Seat. So we just went through the NIDO 435 infant car seat, and this seat brings a few unique features to the market. So let me start off. You've got to detach the bucket from the base. The detach button is lower. You're gonna pull from there. And then looking at just the base of this seat, I will say that the base is virtually the same as the NIDO. So if you want to go through, we went through the full install a couple minutes ago, flip back if you want to see that. It's got the soft latches, you've got the same anti-rebound panel, the angle adjustment knob here, plus your load leg. One thing I'll mention for load legs in all infant car seat bases is that some vehicles actually cannot accommodate a load leg. So if that is the situation with your car seat and you have a seat that has a load leg in the base, you can just flip that load leg back up into the base and use the car seat base as is. So just some options to consider there. At the end of the day, it is crucial to know you always need to refer to your car seat manual and your vehicle manual to ensure that you are getting a proper install. So that all being said, let's take a look at this very cool seat. So again, we've got really great canopy zip out coverage with some nice ventilation built into the sides. You've also got some really nice height adjustment. If you just pull back on this panel, you've got a no rethread harness that you're just going to adjust by pulling this lever up and down. So that's a really nice, easy adjustment. And also, just pro tip, this is where you're going to store your manual. So that ensures that your manual is always with your infant car seat, which is just really great to ensure that it does not get lost in the manual piles in your junk drawer, if anybody else has that. Okay, so with this seat, you can see that you're also getting your 2-stage dual inserts. You're really getting a great infant car seat. You're getting your adjustment handlebar here that you can push all the way back to stabilize the seat when you are loading your infant in and out. But the two main differences between this seat and the NIDO that I want to point out are these kinetic side pods that come with your lounge seat. So how these work is typically your infant car seat will be, positioned on one side of the vehicle. Whatever side of the vehicle is closest to the car seat is closest to the door, you're actually going to twist out this kinetic pod, and this adds as an additional layer of side impact protection, and it helps to divert the forces away from your baby in the event of a collision. So if your door is on this side, then you're going to twist out this side of the kinetic pods, and then same thing if your infant seat is on the other side of your vehicle. The other thing with this seat is it's called the lounge for a reason. So let's take a look at this lounge capability. So at the back here, you're just going to have this little lever that I'll pull on to lounge my seat. It gives you a really nice back extension and leg extension. I'm going to do that again just for effect. So when your child is in their bucket, they can sometimes be a little scrunched, especially if they're in there for a while where you're running errands in and out of the vehicle. When your car seat is on the stroller, you can put it into this lounge position. It gives your baby just a little bit more room to quite literally lounge and extend, spread out a bit, get a bit more comfortable, which is great. Now, one thing to note with this lounge feature is that you can never put this on your base. It will never click in properly. So when you're in the lounge position, you will never be able to use this attached to your base. So if you're concerned from a safety standpoint of like, how do I make sure? Just know it won't click in lounge position. You'll always need to ensure that your seat is put back in the upright position in order to be properly installed on the base as such. And that there is the Perego Viaggio 435 Lounge Infant Car Seat. Now, the Nuna Pipa is a friend favorite infant car seat because it is just so darn pretty to look at. So let's dive right into this seat. So first I'm going to remove my seat from the base. I love that it's got this nice leather carry handle. The Pipa just has so many great features in the seat itself. So you've got a rethread harness here, which you can see. Now, what a rethread harness means is that as your child grows, when they're in a rear-facing car seat, you always want your shoulder straps to be at or below their shoulders. So when you need to rethread your harness as your child grows, you're actually just going to flip your seat around, and you're going to undo this buckle and just rethread these belts for the harness through these higher positions. So that's how it works. It looks complicated, but to be honest, it's super easy. So with the seat itself, you're getting a really nice infant insert that you would remove when your child gets a little bit bigger. The biggest thing that people absolutely love about the Nuna Pipa infant car seats are the Dream Drape. So that is an integrated panel in the canopy that you can actually pull out. It magnets to the side of the seat here. And when your baby is a little overstimulated, or if you want to protect them from the sun or the wind or whatever, this Dream Drape is just a really great option to give your babe some extra coverage while still having a lot of great airflow and breathability. So love the Dream Drape. I also love that it tucks so nicely into the canopy. Once it's zipped up, you really hardly notice that it's even there. With the canopy itself, you also have some really great canopy extension. This eyelet can actually be popped in or out depending on how much coverage you want. And you've got a nice mesh ventilation panel here if you want to increase airflow or keep an eye on babe. Now, a couple additional things that I will mention is moving into the base. The base can be installed using the rigid latch system, which we have here, or it can be installed using a belt path. So let's talk about this base, because this base is actually quite a bit different than the other bases that we have reviewed. And earlier in this video, I talked about the differences between Canadian and US seats, and it is very prevalent when it comes to the Nuna Pipa. So in the US, the Nuna Pipa base actually comes with a load leg. In Canada, the Nuna Pipa does not come with a load leg. So if you're ever looking at Pipa content and they're talking about a load leg, that is a US seat that they are referencing. So you also do not have an anti-rebound panel in your Pipa. So to do the install, it's actually super easy with the rigid latches. So I've got my rigid latches here. I'm just gonna plug them in and you are installed. Now, this seat also does not have any angle adjustment or recline button or bubble level indicator. So you'll want to refer to your car seat manual and your vehicle manual to ensure that you're getting that optimal angle for installation. And if you do need to adjust the angle, we find a lot of people have success with a pool noodle or a rolled up towel just to ensure that your seat is really at that ideal position. Now, before I pull the infant seat back onto the base, I want to mention, so the infant seat weighs 7.9 pounds without the canopy or the infant insert. Now, I don't know anyone who's ever taken the canopy off their seat, so let's do a little experiment. I've got my luggage scale here. Let's see what this seat weighs in at with the canopy and the infant insert as part of it. So I'm showing 8.8 pounds. On another measurement, we showed 9 pounds. So really you are getting a very comparable seat to all of the other infant car seats that we've reviewed today. If you are looking for an even lighter weight Nuna Pipa car seat, you can actually take a look at the Nuna Pipa Lite. That's a great option where you do save some weight on the bucket. Now putting the seat back on the base, you are ready to go with babe, and that is the Nuna Pipa infant car seat. The Uppa Baby Mesa V2 is one of the top-selling infant car seats at Bugz. Why, you might ask? Well, that's because the Uppa Baby Vista and the Uppa Baby Cruise are two of the top-selling strollers at Bugz. And the Mesa fits on the Cruise and the Vista like a dream. No adapters needed, it just plugs right into the frame, one touch release. It is one of the easiest travel systems to create. So that is why we see such a huge attachment between Mesa and Vista, or Mesa and Cruise friends. Now, let's talk about the Mesa itself. So this car seat weighs in, the bucket itself is 9.9 pounds. It can accommodate a child from 4 to 35 pounds or up to 32 inches tall. Looking at the seat bucket itself, so we have a few nice features here. You've got a nice lightweight canopy, plus you've got a really great infant insert. So I'm gonna unbuckle my harness to show you. This infant insert, I love that it has this labeling to let you know when you should remove it. So in this case, we're gonna remove the infant insert at 11 pounds, and that just really helps to make it foolproof when you need to adjust. While I have the harness unclipped, let me show you another feature that I love, which is these harness holders. So when you are clipping your baby into the car seat, the harness all the time gets stuck underneath them. You're reaching under to find the buckles after they're already in, and having these holders off to the side just helps you create a really nice, clear pathway to get babe in and out of the seat. Now, the other thing that I love about this seat is the no rethread harness. So to change the harness height, you're just going to pull on this tab, and then you can adjust the harness up and down depending on the height of your child. So another great way to make this seat really suit the needs of your baby. So let's talk about the base. So with this base, we do not have a load leg in the Mesa V2 base. However, I will mention, while there isn't an anti-rebound panel in the base, your seat handlebar will actually act as the anti-rebound bar when it's put into the 4th position. So I'm going to show you that once I do a full install of the base in a minute. For the base itself, your install options are using the soft latches, which you can see on the side here. You also have the option to do a belt path installation, or if you are in a situation where you can't use the base, maybe you're traveling, you can also install this seat using just the bucket and a seat belt. On the base as well, you have this gray button, which helps you adjust to the proper angle. So you have 4 different angle levels that you can get to, which helps just ensure that proper fit of the seat in your vehicle. On the bottom here, you can see we've got a nice indicator that helps to ensure that you've got the proper angle. And you've also got these nice red and green indicators built throughout the seat that help you ensure that you have a proper fit. So now let's get into what that install looks like. So here we have our base ready to install. I'm going to use the latch install again. Before I do that, I'm just going to adjust the angle of my base. So I'll press on this button and I'm going to pull this boot out so that I have a bit higher of a seat. And then to install this seat using the soft latches, you're just going to push on this button and use that to extend the belt. Do it for the other side, and then we're going to push the seat back. Now, what I like to do with this seat to get a proper installation is to put a knee on the base and really use my body shift back and forth to make sure that I've taken off any excess slack in that seat belt. And you can see here that my indicator has turned green, showing that I do have a proper install of the base, and my indicator is also showing green. So now let's put our infant car seat back on this base. And like I said, when you are using the Mesa, you're going to actually put this handlebar when you go to drive in the 4th position. You're always going to have the handlebar in this 4th position in your car because this acts as your anti-rebound bar. So that's a really nice safety feature that's built into the Mesa bucket itself. So definitely check out the Mesa V2. Now, Uppa Baby did us all a solid because in late 2023, they launched the Uppa Baby Mesa Max infant car seat. And truth be told, I am obsessed with this car seat. It is phenomenal. It builds so much on the existing Mesa platforms and it brings so much newness to the market. So let's chat about this seat. Your weight of the seat is still the same, 9.9 pounds for the bucket. The child accommodations are also the same, so from 4 to 35 pounds or up to 32 inches tall. With the seat itself, I'm going to take it off from the base, bring it to the floor. So a couple things that I love about the Mesa Max infant seat are you've got a silent canopy. I don't know if you can always hear it, but sometimes canopies click when they're open and closed, and this is silent. So if you're taking a peek at babe while they're snoozing, or if you're out and you don't want to interrupt things, then this is a really great option. You've also got a change to the headrest. So it's still a no rethread headrest, but instead of there being a tab here that you need to pull, you actually can just pull up and down on the headrest now to adjust the height position of both the headrest and the harness for your baby, which is great. You also have your infant insert with the nice labeling that Uppa Baby offers, as you can see here. That is just a really great feature for your newborn to give them extra comfort and snugness in the seat and ensure that you're getting a proper angle. They also added in just small details. So where you have your pull for tightening up the harness, you've got a nice little snap now so that you can kind of keep this out of the way for babe, and it's just a great way of keeping everything nice and compact. Now back to the canopy for a second. This canopy is also great coverage. It's actually 20% larger than the canopy that you see on the Mesa V2. Now, that is the major innovation with the Mesa Max bucket seat, but let's talk about the base, because the base has so many amazing changes built into it that I am just thrilled about. The safety here is incredible. So first of all, you've got an anti-rebound panel that's been built into the base of your seat, and we've got a load leg built in. So these are two major safety features built into your seat base, which are incredible. You've also got your indicators of green and red, which help you ensure that you have a proper install. You've got your bubble level indicators to ensure that you're getting the proper recline of your seat. And you still have that boot adjustment to, again, help you angle the seat properly. So with this seat, you can install the base using the soft latches that are provided. You can also do a seatbelt installation, or you can install the Mesa Max with just the bucket seat, no base. So that's great if you're traveling, and that's another great option to have available to you. So let's take a look at this install. Okay, let's install this bad boy. So first we are going to take out our load leg, so we've got that, and we're also going to adjust the angle of the base as needed. I actually pre-adjusted our angle, so once installed we will be good to go. Now with our soft latches, so that's the install we're going to be doing today. You've got a nice little kind of tuck away here. So if you are using a belt path install, these are nice and out of the way. But in order to release them, you're just gonna kind of pull and press on this red tab. And then there's also this orange button here. This helps to extend the kind of range of motion of these latches. So I'll plug in on the one side here, and then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Pull out my latch, plug it into the UAS latches on my car, and then just like with the Mesa V2 base, I like to give it a knee and really ratchet that base in to ensure that we are getting a very secure install. The Uppa Baby Mesas have this smart secure install system. So when I'm green, I know I'm good to go. My indicators are between the two black lines, so I know that my angle is also good. The last thing I need to set up is my load leg. So you're going to position your load leg so that you are getting to the green indicator there as well. We'll just click it in and we are good to go. Now we'll put our base back, our car seat back on the base. And then again, you're going to put the handlebar in this fourth position to give you an extra layer of anti-rebound protection. So let's go over that again. You've got anti-rebound in the handlebar, anti-rebound in the base. You've got a load leg. So you are getting so many safety features built into the Uppa Baby Mesa Max, which is why I absolutely love that this car seat has been added to the market. Now you might not recognize this seat because this is one of the latest seats to the market, launching in spring 2024, the new, the improved, the beautiful MaxiCozy Miko Luxe Plus infant car seat. So we love a good MaxiCozy seat. MaxiCozy has a really great price point for a really high quality product. So we love that they are always focused on value, value, value. Let's take a look at this seat. So you are getting just really nice upgraded fabrics, an upgraded canopy. I'll get into it more in a second, but the seat itself, the bucket, weighs 9.5 pounds, and it can accommodate a child from 4 to 30 pounds or up to 32 inches tall. Now note, every other car seat that we've reviewed today can accommodate a child up to 35 pounds, but let's be clear about something. The average size of a 12-month-old boy is 21 pounds. So it is pretty rare that you are actually maxing out the weight capacity of your infant car seat. And typically a 30-pound weight capacity is going to be more than enough for you, because oftentimes you're transitioning to a convertible car seat around that 10 to 12 month mark with your child. And typically they're exceeding kind of the overall fit or the height capacity before they're hitting that weight max. So don't want the 4 to 30 pounds to really deter you, because it is still a great weight capacity at the end of the day. Now, let's take a look at the seat itself. So first, I want to talk about this carry handle, because MaxiCozy has actually done some innovation and improvement. Historically, their canopy was actually kind of butting right up against the handle here. And as you can see with the Miko Luxe, they've changed the design of their canopy so there is no interference between grabbing the handlebar and the position of your canopy, which is great. They also have a really great full coverage canopy, which has these nice mesh ventilation panels built in, as well as this pop out shade that you can pop in or out depending on whether or not you want to use it. Looking inside the seat, this is a rethread harness. So as you can see here, you've got multiple height adjustments built into the back of the seat, and you've got a nice 2-stage infant insert for both additional head support and torso. So some other things that I want to mention is you've got these nice vegan leather details throughout the seats, in the trim, in the labeling. So just all around, love some of the improvements that they've made to this seat. Now let's kick it over to the base, because I'm also loving this base. You've got a load leg built into the base, and you've got a really great install system. So they've just got these indicators which help to ensure that you have a proper install. You also have an angle adjuster built into the base, and you can install this seat using soft latches in your vehicle seat belt, or you can even install the car seat without a base using a seatbelt install. Ready for another install? Because I sure am. So the thing I love about the MaxiCozy install is, check this out. Within the base, they show you exactly how to install. They've got step-by-step instructions, and then they take it a step further and they actually have the ordered list of instruction right next to the part that you need to install and exactly how to install that part. So this is gonna be easy. First, we're gonna pop out our load leg. Then we are going to release this lever. So this lever helps to loosen the soft latch so that you can actually pull them out and get that fit with your vehicle. We're also going to make sure that we have our angle adjustment properly set. So we'll do that here. I know one of the things with the indicators when you're installing this seat, if you are having difficulty, if you've kind of cranked that in as hard as you can and you're having difficulty getting it to turn green, it probably has to do with your angle adjustment. So you might want to switch up the level of that and then try again, and you'll get a perfect install. So we're into step 3, which is releasing our UAS latch connectors. So we're just going to pull this out, attach it to our vehicle, and let it push back in. It automatically retracts when you're done. So we'll do that again. Now we are going to push this in, close this door, and really get a solid, you wanna push these in and ratchet it back and forth as much as possible to get a tight fit. Then we're going to pull our load leg down so that we are getting the proper angle and height for our vehicle. And we are green, good to go. So we're installed. Let's put our seat back on the base. And you are ready to go with your Miko Luxe Plus seat, launching spring 2024. This is the Cybex Aton G swivel sensor safe infant car seat. Now, I know you're all here to see the swivel, so let's check out this swivel because it's pretty freaking sweet. Okay, so, let's talk about use case. You are someone who leaves the infant seat in the car and you just bring baby in and out of the house whenever you're, going to and fro. Having the ability to swivel the seat so that you can load your child in and out of the seat more easily, or let's say, hey, you've pulled over, you need to tend to baby, help them stop fussing or something. You want to swivel the seat so that you can get some hands-on attention with them before swiveling it back and continuing on your road trip. You know, this swivel capability is amazing. So what you're going to do is you are just going to, on both sides of the base, there's this little gray lever that you're gonna pull up, and then you just twist your seat. So again, look, I'm standing, let's say I'm at the door of my vehicle. I'm standing here, I wanna load baby in and out of the seat. Or let's say baby's been crying and we pull over to the side of the road and I wanna give them some love and attention and help soothe them. This is a really great option to just be able to turn your baby's seat to face parent so that you can do everything you need to do and then turn it back. Now, the other great part about this swivel technology is that you can swivel the seat both ways. So this is fabulous. Now, I will mention, in case you're getting any crazy ideas, you cannot drive in swivel mode. Your seat needs to be properly installed rear facing in order to drive your vehicle. And you will know because the car seat kind of clicks into place, letting you know that it is in the proper position to continue on your journey. So love that this swivel technology has finally made its way to the infant market. So let's take a look at the seat itself. Now, this seat weighs about 9.5 pounds. Just like our other seats, it can hold a child from 4 to 35 pounds or up to 32 inches tall. Here is the canopy coverage extension. So I would say it's a bit of a smaller canopy, but it is nice and lightweight and quiet. The other thing is that you do have some nice infant inserts here, and you've got a no rethread harness. So there's a little buckle at the back here that when you are ready to extend your harness height, you're just going to give yourself some slack here on the harness. And when you want to pull up on the headrest, you just pull that buckle and you get an automatic headrest adjustment and harness height adjustment at the same time. So that is really great functionality, multiple height adjustment capability. Now let's turn over and focus on the base of this seat. So again, I love it when brands make the install of a car seat so simple and easy to do. With this Cybex seat, you can install it again 3 ways. So you've got your latch installation with your soft latches as we have installed presently. You can also do a vehicle belt installation, which is shown here. And if you are finding yourself in a position where you're installing without the base, you can install the bucket seat itself without the base. So here is how, just so that you have another vantage point of how that swivel works. So when you pull on these gray levers on either side of the base, that just gives you the option to twist your seat, and that just helps you swivel the seat so you can tend to baby, load them in and out with ease. Another thing that I want to mention is that with part of this base, you do have, as you can see, this elevated panel here, which serves as an anti-rebound panel. So that is really great functionality. All right, so this is our last install. Now let's dive right into it. So first of all, you have your base. So with the base, you've got your recline adjustment is here. So when you do have your car seat ready to go, that's how you're gonna adjust. But in terms of the actual install, first stage is to actually rotate the base, because that's gonna open up your panel here to use your safe lock belt tensioner system. So we're gonna open up this panel, and then we're going to release our soft latches from the side of the seat here. There's little storage compartments that they just kind of clip into on the side, which is really nice and handy. Now for the install, we're going to again click into our latch here and our latch on the other side. And then you are going to want to make sure that your base is flush against the back of the seat, and you're gonna need to tighten that. So this whole time you need to have this door open so that you can tighten your seatbelt through that system, because once you ultimately close the door, that's what's gonna make sure that your seatbelt is held properly in place. So we're gonna make sure that we have a really nice tight adjustment here. Then we're gonna push down our door. Then we will rotate our base back into place. And then we're going to make sure, so we don't want to have flex more than 1 inch in either direction. So as you can see, we are quite secure here in the base. Then we're going to make sure that we have the proper level recline. So generally you want to make sure that you are within that bubble level indicator area based on the weight and size of your child. Then we're going to put our infant seat on top, and we are ready to go, and with your Cybex Aton G swivel sensor safe infant car seat. Now hold on to your hats because it is the moment you all have been waiting for. The anticipation is so high. It's the Bugz Award ceremony. But really let us know in the comments if you're loving the Bugz Award ceremony. Okay, now, today, the winner for, let's start with top safety and comfort features are the Cleck Ling and the Uppa Baby Mesa Max. From load legs to an anti-rebound panel to adjustable canopies, we love the comprehensive features that both of these seats are bringing to the infant car seat game. The winner for Best Innovation in Infant Car Seats is the Aton G Swivel. This is an incredible car seat. I mean, just look at this amazing functionality. I love this innovation and it is so cool to see. The Bugz Award for coolest comfort features goes to the Parago Lounge Infant Car Seat because the ability for babe to recline when you're strolling about is so cool, and the Nuna Pipa Infant Car Seat because this dream drape is what dreams are made of, baby. So there you have it, the top infant car seats of 2024. I know I agonized about this choice myself. Ultimately though, all of these car seats bring so many great features to the table, so we know that you will be confident in picking out the perfect seat for your family. Your next steps? If you're in Ontario or BC, go to a local Bugz store. Test out one of these car seats in your vehicle to ensure that you can get the best fit, and also try it out on the stroller you're considering to make sure you can get a really great travel system arrangement. We hope that this content has been so valuable for you. Our goal at Bugz is to instill confidence in families navigating the early stages of parenthood. You can also check out all of our other videos on YouTube. We have so many product reviews, comparisons, roundups to really help you understand. And I know in our stroller roundups of 2024, we are showcasing all of these infant car seats on strollers as travel systems. So we're doing our best to bring it full circle for you. So happy shopping, and thank you so much for joining me today. I'll see you on the next video.